Did you know we are 17 weeks to Christmas? If you didn't, now you know. In today's video, we're going to share tips of how to save for the holidays. Hello Thrivers, hope you're doing well. Jacie is my name, and on this channel we talk about finance, personal development, travel, and charity. If this is your kind of content, kindly consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. So let's get to the video. Maybe you do your holiday before Christmas, during Christmas, or maybe soon after Christmas. Leave a comment down below with when you do your holiday. And in this case, we are talking about maybe just going to be with the family, going for a trip, and all those things. Yeah, so let's get to the tips. The first thing we're going to do is to set a budget, because without money, where can you go? For you to have an efficient budget, you need to prepare two aspects. Number one, you're going to assess the limit that you can afford, and number two, you are going to come up with a spreadsheet or a write-up that will guide your spending. Leave a comment down below with how you plan your budget for the holiday. The second thing is choosing a destination. First of all, if you know your budget, you will be able to know where it can take you. So on the destination, you need to look for places that you will be interested in. And of course, you put in mind your family. If you're traveling with your family, engage them in the choices that you'll be making. Also get to know the activities you would want to do when you're on holiday. And of course, put into consideration the cost aspect. And ensure that maybe if you're on a tight budget, you have a combination of free and payable activities just to be able to balance. The next thing is book your flight and accommodation. Sometimes if you book your flight early, you may make significant savings. But I had an instance of someone who wanted to travel, but the dollar was extremely high. So when they delayed their booking, it worked better for them. Actually, it was a saving of a significant amount. So sometimes you may weigh those options. Like in the current times in Kenya, the dollar is a bit stable, so you can be able to book in advance. Two things you need to know is accommodation and transport could be the most expensive thing that you will have on your holiday. So you have to put that in mind. You have to look for ways to save where possible if you're on a budget. If you're not on a budget, you can spoil yourself. Before you book, you can compare prices and different apps to see the best. Also, booking in advance helps you in a lot of savings, so you can ensure you have your timeline set and you book in good time. The other thing you may need to do is be flexible with your dates, because sometimes it's actually cheaper to travel before the holidays, and sometimes you find you make a saving if you book early. Leave a comment down below with when you travel. For me, I prefer to travel, if possible, a month before the holidays. The next thing is to plan your itinerary. Sometimes you may find yourself, if you don't have a plan, you're just spending time in the room, in the house, or just wasting time. But if you have a plan from the onset, it will be very easy for you to do your activities on time. First, research on activities and attractions which you can find in your destination. Remember, we have already settled down for whichever destination based on your preferences, so you need to know what to do when you get there. The next thing is create a diary for each and every day. Let it be like it's just full of activities. Maybe you can also create time for rest. The other key thing about this aspect of itinerary is transport. Let me tell you, you can suffer with getting transport or spend so much money in getting transport, or just find yourself stranded. Especially if you have a family, you need to plan your travel logistics well in advance so that you don't get kids or everybody hyped for different activities, and then when it's that time, they cannot be able to move around, or you're even losing time for your activities as you figure out how to get to your destination. The next tip is pack smart. Do not carry everything and do not leave things that you need. The secret to ensuring you pack smart is having a packing list. I will link down below a video here of our packing and how I have managed not to miss out some of the necessities that I need for my travel, but sometimes I overpack. So you may be careful on the aspect of overpacking, because like now, if you're flying, you might find yourself paying for luggage and you don't end up using it. So you also have to be conscious about the weight of the luggage that you'll be carrying. Also, as you pack, check the weather of your destination so that you get the appropriate outfits for the weather. You don't want to pack light for a cold weather or pack heavy for a hot weather. So be sure that you're aware of the weather of your destination. Leave a comment down below if you dressed wrongly for a destination. Well, one day I did. I thought I was going to a cold destination for a surprise holiday, only to realize I am going to a hot destination and I was wearing boots. It was not funny, but well, that is some of the things that happen if you have random and you don't have proper planning. The next tip is stay safe and healthy. Number one, you need to know what foods are served in your destination, the people, culture, and what they expect or how they live their life, so that you don't get a culture shock. You also need to ensure that your travel insurance is in place, and perhaps ensure you pack your medical cover, because anything can happen and you may find yourself stranded when you already have a cover. It will be unfortunate for you to be stranded with your medical expenses when you left your cover back at home. The last tip is to stay connected. You need people to know where you are. Anything can happen and people have no idea where you went to. So it is very important for someone to know your destination and at least have an idea all the time when you're moving around. You don't want to start being traced everywhere when you could have just communicated and people would have known where you're going. Yeah. So that's the end of our video today. If you have any other thing that we can include, please leave a comment down below and we will appreciate. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. See you on the next one. Bye.